Airbnb will be responsible for the next great housing crash in the U.S. And I'm going to tell you why now. Hey guys, I'm Jay Leman. I talk all things real estate on this channel, and today I'm going to talk about why Airbnb has the potential to crash the real estate market. Now, here's why. Number one, people used a ton of leverage to buy these Airbnb properties in 2020 and 2021. They used something called a vacation loan, which allows you to put 10% down on a vacation home as long as you stay there 14 days a year yourself. And so people were buying homes with 10% down, leveraging 90% from the bank, and it increases the debt service on the property. It allows you to get into the property for less money down, but the debt service is pretty high. So that's number one. Number two, a lot of these markets have decreased in value in 2022 and going into 2023 now, 20, 30, even 40%. Look at Boise, look at Denver, look at California, Florida, Arizona, and some of these hot Airbnb markets are starting to decrease 20, 30, 40%. Well, if I put 10% down on property and leverage 90%, you can see I can be underwater really quick. Number three, there was an unbelievable demand for Airbnb in 2020 and 2021. Why was that? Well, there's international travel bans. People were restricted in traveling. They couldn't go to stores because of COVID in 2020 and 2021, but they could go to a private Airbnb residence. Some of the hotels were shut down, but Airbnbs were not. So there was a lot of demand for travel. So that put a lot of demand. People thought those were going to be normal years, but the demand for travel has dropped off. And that leads me to my fourth reason, which is the savings amount for Americans in 2020 and 2021 because of free government money and stimulus soared. And now that saving money is falling fast. And so that money is being used for gas, being used for food, being used for rent, all of which are at record increases over the last 2 or 3 years due to inflation. And so instead of having discretionary income to spend on travel, they're spending it on necessities where they should be spending the money at, right? And that has led to a decrease in demand for Airbnb. So you look at the leverage they used, right? You look at the depreciation of markets going down. You also look at the lack of demand for Airbnbs, and you also look and see that regular necessities have gone up in price and discretionary income has gone down. It's no mistake that Airbnb properties are having problems getting filled, and demand is just not there like it was in 2020 or 2021. So what's that going to mean? Well, some of these Airbnb properties are going to go back to the bank or get foreclosed on, which is going to flood the market in some of these Airbnb areas with excess supply. Now, whenever there's excess supply and not enough demand because of high mortgage rates that have been up over 7%, but have recently dropped here in November to mid 6%, we're going to see prices start to fall rapidly. We already have. And so that's how Airbnb, especially in these local markets, could possibly crash the housing market in 2023 and 2024. And short-term rentals could be in for a rude awakening. Hey, if this brought you value, would you like, subscribe? Would you ring the bell for notifications? And would you comment? If you're an Airbnb person or if you have some short-term rentals, would you be willing to say where you're buying those and what your results have been cash flow wise? Thanks again for listening, guys. Jay Leman.